way too deep to ever let one of these play with me. Stay out the way with me and get hot like a block on a day when it's 80 degrees. Top out the top on the land, it was me and Chance was in Miami like the Heat. Top out the top on the land, it was me and Chance was in Miami like bam. If you gonna boss up, then you gotta learn how to take some losses, bro. What it cost it, bro. And it got me exhausted, bro. My rollie go 40 below. Money and loyalty, all that I know. Cardi my glasses, Cardi my... We run the city like cardio. I open my eyes and still see... And walk in the kitchen, it smell like... Woke up with a style, she driving a boat. I've been fighting my demon, whipping the ghost. Part of my glasses, part of my lows.
And this is Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Allie LaForce, our reporter tonight. And the Pacers start out with the ball. Here's Turner. Good, and it's Walker who picks up the assist. Well, if you like scoring, we've got you covered.
Yes, we do. Two high-powered offenses, and they're not just talented, they're relentless.
Now here's Johnson. Back to Young. Let's go with a three. Indiana with a rebound. Now the Pacers on the move. Halliburton surveys the floor. Siakam outside. Shot clock at 6. And that one.
Well, you know, Siakam getting in that close, it's pretty much automatic.
And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Outside Young. Shoots over Halliburton. Young misses.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Siakam the screen. Three-pointer, Halliburton. And it's out of bounds to Indiana. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Rick Carlisle and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We talked about star guard Trae Young, their biggest problem tonight. Coach said Young is one of the most explosive offensive guys in this league. We want to make him a volume scorer. Force Trae into lower percentage looks. Should be a fascinating matchup, B.A.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now here's Halliburton. There's the drive. And the dunk by Halliburton.
Athleticism showing off here for Halliburton. He gets where he needs to be. Nice job on that drive.
And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brent, they've won one NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A., tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
And Atlanta with possession here. After the basket by Indiana on the other end. Young with the bucket.
It's all about smart choices, and Trae Young's making them right now.
Walker's shot is off.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
Now here's Young. He's got 5. And there's the lob. It's stolen away. And here's the fast break. Here's Halliburton. Lays it up and banks it in.
Excellent awareness and effort. Halliburton getting involved and finishing that time on the break.
Here's Daniels. Pass to Young. Six to shoot. Oh, and Turner with a block.
An impressive shot blocker. Turner's combination of size and timing on defense is so valuable.
Clock at 4. Here's Daniels. No good on the quick three. Pacers leading by 5. To the middle. Here's Siakam. And Siakam with the slam.
Yes, Spicy P getting up.
Johnson on the wing. Shoots over Walker. Tipped. Here's Siakam. To the wing on the left. And here's Shepherd for 3. The rebound by Atlanta. Johnson on the wing. He's scoreless. Oh, nice D from Walker. Halliburton with the ball. Now LeVert defending. From the arc. And Tyrese Halliburton with a 3.
Defensively, their effort hasn't been great early on.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And the foul on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul of the game. The Hawks making a switch here. Here's Daniels. Picked up by Okongwu. They need this. Atlanta again missing. Pacers leading by 10. There's Nesmith with the 3. The offensive rebound. LeVert attacking. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And LeVert is a tremendous athlete. Once he gets into the lane, he's terrific at finding ways to finish. They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. You know who that was.
Now here's Nembhard. Banked it in off the glass.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Yeah, I feel for him right now, guys. He's much better than this 1-for-4 start. He just needs to relax a little bit out there and let that game come around to him.
Back to Jackson.
First personal foul. First team foul.
32 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Toppin. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
If Toppin puts a period on that play, he'll have one free throw to go.
Indiana shooting their first free throw of the game here.
Second personal foul.
27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Young. Pass to Capella. Oh, and Jackson with the block. And he lobs it up. Here's Mathurin. And so it's the Indiana Pacers going into the break up 12. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. Back after this. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Indiana.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Well, in the early goings, the mid-range shot has also been working well for them. They've been racking up some points off of those jumpers, and those are probably being invited.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
The Pacers have a star tandem with Tyrese Halliburton and the newly re-signed Pascal Siakam, who said of his all-star point guard, his knowledge of the game and his desire to win and get better, that's all you can really ask for from a young player. Out there on the floor together, I think it's naturally just a fit. Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks. Now here's Young. Screen by Capella. Here's LeVert. 5 to shoot. Young from long range. Pure from three-point range.
Well, Trae Young's dangerous because he's got that confidence and he's ready to shoot anytime he gets it.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
Pacers Nation, time to give out for your Pacers Trader Dates crew.
Pacers leading by 8. Nembhard outside. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Now here's Young. 9 points in the game. Counted from distance.
Yeah, good mechanics and a high release. Risa Shea's shot is pretty refined and ready for quick attacks like this. Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Young from long range. They get it back. And it's Capella with the jam.
Capella, one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. It's because of his activity.
Here's Nembhard. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Outside Young. And now we've got an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Young from long range.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Nembhard. Oh, he gets it to go. So far, he can't miss. He's 4 for 4.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Here's Risa Shea. The rebound by Jackson. Knocks it loose. To the paint. Left side Young. Pass to Risa Shea. And here's LeVert for 3. Capella. Great positioning on the putback. Capella's gotten 4 this quarter.
Not a lot of plays drawn up for Capella, so his energy and involvement come from that kind of activity there.
Now here's Nembhard. Give him 8. Here's Toppin. And a slam.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Here's Niang. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Well, Brent, we hear the term empty stats ever so often. What are your thoughts about that phrase?
BA, when you play such a long season, there are going to be nights where the game is not all that competitive. But we also know that throughout the course of long seasons, there are teams that are not going to be competitive. Still, those guys going out there on a nightly basis and putting up their numbers, getting those reps in, it means they're capable.
Here's Young. Goes back up. A minute 58 left in the first half of this game. Nembhard, right side. Off the mark there with a three. Hawks trail by 11. Niang inside. Three on none, no one back. The finish! And the dunk by Jackson.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points while the other guys struggle to keep up.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Hawks trail by 13. There's a minute 26 left in the first half of this one. Pass to Okongwu. Back to Daniels. Shot clock at 5. The Hawks need to get one up here. Outside for LeVert. Nails it from 3. LeVert's got 5 points.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
.54 seconds left in the first half. Wide open.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide open look, but he can't take advantage.
Three-pointer. The shot no good. Halliburton with some nice D. And it's Halliburton. Gets it to go inside.
Standing 6'5", Halliburton, one of those longer, lanky guards that can get out there and use his size to disrupt.
Daniels. Here's Gay. LeVert outside. Excellent D there from Siakam.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
And it's Shepherd missing.
You'd like to see more effective ball movement there.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
And so it's the Indiana Pacers going into the break up 12. Defense is setting the tone. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And the Hawks with possession here. A 12-point game. After this game, they can look forward to Detroit, where they will match up against the Pistons. It's the last meeting in a 4-game road trip. Daniels, that one's true.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Halliburton misses. Hawks trail by 9. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, Miles Turner, the 11th pick by the Pacers in 2015 for much of his career with the team. he's endured the trade rumors. He said, "I've still got PTSD from that, but I wanted to be here in Indy." And last season, a renegotiation of his contract, giving him an extension and a raise. Ryan, he is locked in as their starting center.
Yeah, it would appear so, Allie. Thank you.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
A shot from the mid-range. Pass to Shepard. Siakam the screen. 5 on the clock. And he banks in the layup. Siakam's got 6.
Inside, Siakam gets the better of the defense using his agility, clearing himself a path to a shot.
Picked up by Okongwu. Here's Daniels. No good from outside.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
Oh, swiped away. There's the 3. Walker pulls down the board.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Johnson for 3. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And you watch Jalen Johnson. His athleticism, man, it's unique.
Pretty unique at his size, right, B.A.? He just glides around the court. He's got great speed when they play in transition and can get above the rim. For this guy, a bit of a matchup nightmare, just when he gets his confidence.
Substitution on the court.
On defense, the Pacers. Back to Daniels. Down low. Here's Nance. And Nance with the slam.
So fun to watch Larry Nance Jr. get up and be in play.
Young can't hit.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical.
Back to Walker. To the inside. Shepard. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And you can't leave the basket unprotected. Bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, that was just way too easy.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
In transition, here come the Pacers. Here's Siakam. And then Siakam with the jam.
The defense just can't let Siakam get inside positioning like this because he's looking to duck it home.
Pass to Nance. Here's Daniels. Just 4 to shoot. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Pascal Siakam.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Okay, Miles. Getting aggressive and jamming it in.
Here's Young. Indiana with a rebound.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is I just got to get the next one to go, and you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself. If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him, screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Halliburton, good.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Screen by Capella. Here's Young. And Atlanta misses again.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Here's Shepard. Takes it inside. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. That one on Young. Both teams deciding to change it up. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
Well, we've also seen them being very aggressive down in the paint. All game long, they've been hunting down those inside points.
The three from Rizachet. That one doesn't drop.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
51 seconds left in the third.
And they've won the battle on the board so far, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Yeah, it's not just about stopping the offense in the scouting report. It's about knowing where to be when those shots are going to be missed. And they're doing a nice job on the rebound.
Offensive rebound. Toppin, left side. Here's Shepherd. He's got 5. With the drive. Oh, it's stolen. They still need this. The shot by LeVert, no good. Now Nembhard. Give him 8 points now. Inside. Here's Mathurin. Pass to Shepherd. And so it's Indiana ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And it's the Pacers with the ball. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen. Here's Nembhard. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Here's Bufkin. Oh, misses the dunk. And here's Mathurin. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Jazz at Delta Center in Utah. They're kicking off a 4-game road trip. Toppin right side. Well, Brendan, a players' league, you think there's a point at which players have too much say?
Well, I don't know, B.A. I think it's always a fine line between what it is that both management and ownership is trying to do. This is entertainment, after all. You got to lean into the players. You got to lean into the personalities. And as long as there's a respect for both of those areas, the league and the game will continue to grow.
Capella. Here's LeVert. Atlanta again missing.
Can't blame them. Just trying to take what the defense allows.